Canada announces new PR pathway and express entry changes for construction workers. Canada has announced new immigration measures to support the construction industry, including a PR pathway for undocumented workers, study permit exemptions for apprenticeships, and express entry changes for skilled trades. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Canada Immigration. We hope you're doing great. On March 7, 2025, Canada's Minister of Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship, Mark Miller, announced significant changes to the country's immigration policies aimed at supporting the construction industry and addressing labor shortages. These changes include new permanent residence opportunities for undocumented construction workers and the removal of study permit requirements for skilled trades apprenticeships. This video were unveiled during a press conference in Woodbridge, Ontario, and are expected to have a considerable impact on Canada's labor market and immigration system. Key announcements and changes. 1. Permanent residence pathway for undocumented construction workers. One of the most significant measures announced is the reservation of immigration spaces for up to 6,000 undocumented construction workers currently residing and working in Canada. This video aims to provide a pathway to permanent residence for individuals who have been contributing to the Canadian economy but lack legal status due to gaps in immigration policies or employer-related issues. While the government has not yet released specific eligibility criteria, the application process, or a timeline for implementing this program, it builds on previous efforts to regularize the status of undocumented workers in the construction sector. This video reflects Canada's ongoing commitment to addressing labor shortages while recognizing the contributions of immigrant workers who have helped sustain the construction industry despite their uncertain legal status. 2. No study permit required for apprenticeships. In another significant policy shift, qualified temporary foreign workers who wish to enroll in apprenticeship programs in Canada will no longer be required to obtain a study permit. This video, which took effect immediately on March 7, 2025, removes administrative barriers that previously made it difficult for skilled workers to gain additional training while working in Canada. Prior to this update, foreign workers who wanted to pursue apprenticeships had to apply for a study permit, which was often a challenge since most could not do so from within Canada. This restriction limited their ability to upgrade their skills and qualify for better-paying jobs in the construction industry. Minister Miller emphasized that this change would help bridge the gap between temporary foreign workers and the Canadian labor market, allowing them to gain certification and improve their career prospects without unnecessary bureaucratic hurdles. 3. New Advisory Council for the Construction Industry. To further support Canada's construction sector, Minister Miller announced the formation of a new advisory council dedicated to shaping federal policies related to construction labor. The council will include representatives from the federal government, unions representing construction workers, and construction industry employers. The council's primary objectives will be to discuss prevailing wages for construction workers and determine the number of foreign construction workers Canada should admit under both temporary and permanent immigration pathways. The Advisory Council is expected to hold its first meeting next week, during which members will deliberate on strategies to attract and retain skilled workers in the construction industry. Minister Miller also mentioned that up to 14,000 foreign national construction workers may be admitted to Canada. However, he did not specify whether these workers would enter through permanent residence programs, temporary work permits, or a combination of both. Addressing labor shortages in the construction industry, Canada's construction industry is facing severe labor shortages, exacerbated by the ongoing housing crisis. The following factors highlight the urgency of these policy changes. Housing shortages and labor gaps. The Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation estimates that the country needs to build 6 million additional homes by 2030 to restore housing affordability. However, the shortage of skilled labor poses a major obstacle to meeting this demand. Heavy reliance on immigrant workers. According to Statistics Canada, 23% of general contractors and residential builders in Canada's residential construction sector are immigrants. Minister Miller acknowledged that Canada is not producing enough skilled tradespeople domestically, stating, "As hard as we try, we cannot train enough skilled trades or construction workers here in Canada." Insufficient immigration pathways for construction workers. Existing immigration programs have not been sufficiently accommodating to skilled construction workers, leading to persistent labor shortages. To address this issue, the government is now prioritizing immigration pathways specifically tailored to the construction sector. Changes to express entry for skilled trade workers. On February 27, 2025, IRCC introduced significant changes to the express entry system to facilitate permanent residence for construction workers and skilled tradespeople. Key updates include: new express entry priority category for trades. IRCC designated skilled trades occupations as a priority category, meaning more invitations to apply for permanent residence will be issued to construction industry workers. 19 new occupations added to express entry. To expand opportunities for construction workers, IRCC added 19 new occupations to the skilled trades category under express entry. These include construction managers, construction estimators, bricklayers, roofers, floor covering installers, painters and decorators, excluding interior decorators, and more. For a full list of occupations included in the express entry skilled trades category, applicants are encouraged to visit the IRCC website. Previous immigration measures for out-of-status construction workers. The new regularization pathway for undocumented construction workers builds on previous IRCC initiatives. 2020 Temporary Public Policy for GTA construction workers. In January 2020, IRCC introduced a temporary public policy allowing out-of-status construction workers in the Greater Toronto Area to apply for permanent residence. This policy was extended multiple times before expiring on December 31, 2024. Success of the 2020 to 2024 regularization program. As of November 2024, approximately 1,365 undocumented construction workers and their families had received permanent residence through this pathway. The government's new initiative aims to expand on this past success by reserving up to 6,000 permanent residence spots for undocumented construction workers across Canada. Impact of Canada's 2025 to 2027 immigration levels plan on construction workers. Canada's housing and labour shortages have played a crucial role in shaping the country's latest immigration policies. Key developments include immigration reductions to address housing concerns. In November 2024, the government reduced immigration levels for both permanent and temporary residents due to concerns about housing supply. Minister Miller speculated that reducing the number of temporary residents could free up to 670,000 housing units across Canada. In Canada-focused immigration category. To avoid adding pressure to the housing market, IRCC introduced an In Canada-focused category prioritizing candidates already living and working in Canada for permanent residence. Approximately 82,819 new immigrants are expected to gain PR through this category in 2025. Conclusion: the recent immigration policy changes reflect Canada's strategic approach to addressing labor shortages in the construction sector while ensuring economic growth. By providing pathways to permanent residence for undocumented construction workers, removing study permit barriers for apprenticeships, and reforming express entry criteria, Canada is actively working to build a skilled labor force necessary to meet its ambitious housing goals. As the government finalizes the details of these initiatives, further guidance on eligibility and application processes is expected in the coming months. This video aimed to address labor shortages, boost the housing sector, and provide more opportunities for skilled workers to build a future in Canada.